The Russian army uses up to 80 guided aerial bombs per day to attack Ukrainian positions in the Zaporizhia direction. The enemy, as reported by the defense forces of the south of Ukraine, is preparing for active actions from the village of Priyutne in the Zaporizhia region in the direction of the village of Velyka Novosilka in the Donetsk region.
Now assault groups are being formed from Russian units and formations that are operating in this direction. In addition, such units are being created there that will conduct consolidation. An assault group consisting of small infantry groups of 5 to 10 people will carry out assaults, and then consolidation groups will follow them, which will hold the captured positions and lines. Władysław Voloshin, spokesman of the Defense Forces of the South, on the air of the Teleson United News.
According to military experts, the enemy may try to attack in the area of the so-called Robotyne bridgehead, a section that Ukrainian troops were able to deoccupy during the counteroffensive. At the same time, there is no talk yet about the possibility of the frontline approaching the regional center. Zaporizhia, the experts are sure.
In the south this year, it is doubtful that anything major can be expected from either side, given that the Russian Federation was pulling its troops back from the southern section of the front to help its units in the Kursk region. In Zaporizhia, there are some indications of an attempted reinvigoration of Russian offensive operations in the eastern part of the sector, with Russian forces reportedly taking the village of Kamensk on the main Zaporizhia-Melitopol road. This area has remained relatively static for over a year, but it remains to be seen whether Russian forces will be able to sustain further offensive operations in this area. Ministry of Defense of the United Kingdom on the social network X.
The Zaporizhia direction remains a difficult section of the front for the Russian army. One of the main problems is supplies, which are complicated by the so-called logistic shoulder 500 kilometers long from Tamань or Rostov. Despite the fact that the occupiers recently managed to restore the railway connection of the Volnovakha-Melitopol section, the situation has not changed.
It is difficult to talk about any results now, but there will certainly be results, and they will be dictated, among other things, by the fact that we have withdrawn from Volhladar. We controlled the Volnovakha district with fire. The railway that runs there, then it goes directly to Mariupol and turns along the coast of the Azov Sea and through the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, and then turns into Crimea. It is very useful for logistics. Now, in general, the logistics capabilities of the Russian Federation in the south, they will be greatly improved, but this will not lead to any consequences right away.
The plans of the Russian army on the front in Ukraine are also being disrupted by the operation in Kursk Oblast. According to the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, Alexander Syrsky, the Russians were forced to transfer additional units from the Zaporizhia, Kherson and Kramatorsk directions to Kursk, about 50,000 units of personnel. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Larissa Petruk, UATV News.